Okay, so trigger warning for anyone. This will have mentions of many things that may cause trauma or PTSD or etc. 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 So if you have any of those, I suggest you stop watching now. Hi. My full name is Caleb Blind. By the time you are watching this, this will be my last day at Thriftwood College. If you're watching this the day before, then it's 2 days before I leave. But I'm making this my last association with this college. Why? Because they have done so many wrong things that have ruined their reputation that I got built up for. That I was told so many good things about them, told they were probably the best thing that I could have ever had, and yet, here we are, talking about them. Okay, so, there's gonna be a hard video to make, because I'm going to be talking about a lot of things that I know. There may be more, and I could do research if you want a part 2 on this. But for now, at the time of this recording, this is my last association with this college in any means. So, let's get started, shall we? So, I am Caleb Blind, 18 years old now, and I was a Thriftwood College student for 4 years. Today is the day I have my last day if it's the 20th. Today is the day before the last day if it's the 19th by the time you're watching this. If you're watching this after that day, I have left and are now moving on from it all. So, let's get back into this. Pedophilia, molesting, and sexual assault, and possession of CP. If you know what that stands for, well, bless your soul, because you're about to learn about it more. Let's start with pedophilia. A student by the age of 17 in year 12 molested and sexually assaulted me while I was at the age of 15. Do note, we are in the UK. The age of consent is 16. You know what that means? That means that this student at age 17 is a pedophile. That is no good. But they didn't stop there. They have molested and sexually assaulted me on school grounds, which means it's a school's problem. And you wanna know what they did? Spoiler alert. Nothing. No repercussions. No punishments. No jail time. Instead, he got a smack on the wrist, and they just said, whatever, let's sweep it under the rug. They specifically said, and I quote, "We do not want to ruin any promising careers." End quote. Nothing boils my blood hotter than that. I have gone crazy over this. So, they swept it all under the rug. No student got any jail time. No student got thrown out and never come back. No. In fact, this student stayed until they left at year 12. I am astonished. I cannot stress it enough. Next, I want to talk about a specific teacher. No students will be named, as I do not want their names to be dragged into this. So, Carolyn Mitchell, how about we have a talk, huh? Hopefully you're up for that, because if you're not, well, guess what? I don't fucking care. Carolyn Mitchell, head of Key Stage 4 and head of English 1 year earlier. But this was before all that. I do believe, I don't know if I'm remembering correctly, but we'll go with it. Year 11, I'll put this at, because that's when it happened. Art lesson. One thing led to another, and soon before that, I was in an argument with Carolyn Mitchell. And at one point, I shouted at her in a very angry and confused state of mind, "Maybe you aren't the right teacher for me." Do note that this is a special education school, so, you know, it's probably normal for a student to say that in where we are. And probably not in mainstream, but special education. Yes, I am going to give it that. And then the teacher responded, and I quote, "Maybe this isn't the right place for you." End quote. What? No, this is crazy. I'm going crazy. There's no way I heard that. A teacher from a special education school, right? Special education said, and I quote, "Maybe this isn't the right place for you." This special education school is where you leave your kid who has a disorder or some weird, or it's like who's like an amputee or something that's wrong with them, that mainstream can't help them enough, that they need to go to special education, which is fine. I'm not saying special education is for dummy. I'm not saying this for dum-dums, okay? I'm not saying for the head. I'm just saying that people have problems that need to be helped, that mainstream don't have the resources for. And so special education is supposed to provide that. But it does not mean, Carolyn Mitchell, that you can tell a student in a special education school that isn't the right place for them. If it isn't, what is the right place for them? Huh? Mainstream already failed at that. You say you're gonna fail too? I can't even form full sentences that make me this angry. Okay? I'm going crazy. Okay. Cool. Perfect. I love it. What else do we point out? I guess we can point out one other one. It's not as major as anything else, but I want to point it out because it's just dumb. So, Phones. You know what they are? Phones are cool. You watch videos and then you're probably watching your video on a phone right now. I see you. You're probably scrolling, texting people on Discord, playing games, watching YouTube Shorts. Damn, it's the coolest thing ever. Maybe you're even a Redditor. You know, posting your lifeless stuff on there. But anyway, enough about that. There's a phone rule now in colleges, especially colleges, and schools for Key Stage 3 and up. That, and I paraphrase, not quote, paraphrase, that if you are caught with your phone out, basically if it is seen, heard, then it will be taken away by teachers. The flaw in this is that teachers cannot take it by force since they do not have permission to touch it. Which means you can ignore them. You can ignore anything they say, by the way. And teachers can't do anything about it. Why do they want you to do this though? So they have their cred. So they have their good boy award for being a school that follows the government's rules. And of course, that means if you have your phone heard or seen, it is taken away and therefore cannot be given back until the end of the day. Of school, of course, not at the end of the day. Sorry, I was just having a drink because I need to cool down. It's a hot day today, guys. I got pulled in for multiple times. You mean saying, well, just don't have your phone out or heard, silly? Yeah, I tried doing that, but there's a problem. I was given a special rule that if I cannot have my phone in the bathroom, because, you know, if you go to your bathroom with your phone, you're probably going to use it, you know? Stimuli. And so I was given the rule, especially, to put my phone on the table, so that way, teachers can see that I don't have it. It's pretty simple. But what happens when those two rules clash? It cannot be seen or heard, but I must put it on the table and then go to the toilet so my teacher can see it. I got pulled in multiple times because of two rules that they made. And that's why I was excluded for multiple days. Simply because I followed the rules. Now I want to point out one other thing. One more thing, okay? I'll stop saying one more thing after. So, one more thing. This school's Enrich code is absolute bullshit. Enrich code is a thing they have where you follow these exact things. For instance, honesty, compassion, etc, etc. You get the gist already, right? You know. So, do they follow any of you? Maybe. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. I don't know. They definitely don't follow honesty, I can tell you that much. After all, they swept so many things under the rug. There's probably more things I could pull out in episode 2 of this if you want me to like dig into them real big. I can probably dig us from I can't speak. Some stuff from the past if you want to hear more. This is probably my shortest video I'm making though, except from FNF. So yeah. Guys, gals, pals all around, my little oodalollies, gamer bros, gamer hoes, and my special little Coca-Cola bottles all in between. This was Random Things. This was a video calling out this college for their shit. And I'll see you all in the next video or the previous one if you're checking out those. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. You know what to do. I'm out. I'm gonna take a break. Gonna have a nice summer vacation, you know. So I may not post for a while. Yeah. Peace out, guys. I'm gonna have a real big break. See ya. Oh.